Everyone, Crewcaster here, back with another headline recap for PSO2 NGS. This one not only talks about what we'll be getting next month in January, but lays out a roadmap for the first half of 2023 with some exciting features, including a new class, as well as when we'll be getting the creative spaces. But let's actually go through this in order, starting with tomorrow. After maintenance, we'll be getting 2 AC Revival tickets, Rewind Collection 8, which includes NGS items from last January, and then New Year's Memories, which are New Year's items from base game. There'll also be an SG Revival, Alpha Arcs Revival 2, which includes SG items from NGS around Retem. With this, there's also a 10 a day free scratch, which gives you 10 items from this revival every day over the course of the week. Later on January 1st, we'll be getting the New Year's 23 event. So with this, it'll change the scenery around Central City and around different areas, and there will also be a new seasonal shop where you can spend on various items, this time with a mineral focus, which includes Infernium and Hexakite this time. But despite this being like a new event, the previous LTQ will still be ongoing, as well as Rappy spots. So I think the seasonal points that you've gathered from before will still be usable in this new shop. But also on January 1st, we'll be getting 2 AC Scratch tickets, Remixed Line, which is previously distributed NGS items but with new designs, and then Reminiscence Collection 3, which is a whole bunch of motion changes, hairstyles, and more that were popular from NGS. But with both tickets, it'll include avatar items and Augment Capsule Mastery 4S as scratch count bonuses. Moving on into the next week though, with January 11th, we have the Winter 23 seasonal event. So once again, this is going to change the scenery around the Central City, as well as a new seasonal shop, with this time a augment focus. So you can get stat 4s in here, up to 20 of each of those, Gigas 4s, 10 of those, Ratty and Vardy Soul 4s, Trippables, and 10 Mastery 4s. So massive upgrades from this, and it also makes me wonder if the Tier 5 capsules are going to come anytime soon. But also during this, you can complete a title to get the Tenebris Almaty, the weapon camo for the seasonal weapons, and there's going to be an ARCS record for the Ordinal Tower rank 7 for both solo and parties. And then they'll be adding more field race courses to the game, North Alio board, as well as North Retem board. And then for the limited time quest, at the quest counter, it'll be replaced with Sandstorm Windup, which is basically the same thing but in Retem, where you're throwing cannonballs at targets, and then at the very end you'll be facing a Snowstorm Calcundo instead of a Bujin. For the AC Scratch on January 11th, there'll be the Quaint Ensemble 23, which is a mix of traditional Japanese styles and streetwear. Also in this, there will be some submissions from the Retem Release Celebration contest, which has the Rappy and Me emote, as well as some motion changes such as Shadow Swim and the Idle Floating Bookworm. And we'll also be getting a new SG Scratch ticket, Refined Form 10, which includes the Dragon Yukata, Shrine Garb, and the cast parts for the Howling Leo and the Luminous Princess series that will now be in NGS specs. This will also include the Jet Boost Dash as a scratch count bonus, and there will be a new mission pass too to earn a whole bunch of different cosmetics and rewards, which include the Magform Bitrab Machina. For the next couple of weeks, they'll be kind of stuck in seasonal event limbo, just like after a month and a half of seasonal events, but finally on January 25th, we'll be getting some new content. First off, we'll be getting a new combat sector in Stia, the Nusen Plant. This is the area that we went to underground during the story, but with this combat sector, it's going to be a lot different than previous ones. There's going to be traps and buffs throughout the different areas, and then every time a PSA burst occurs, certain game elements and spawned enemies will change. And it's also going to include different bosses from the previous regions, such as AMS. But there will also be a new boss enemy here, the Quartz Skoden, kind of like the Quartz Dragon in base PSO2. And also with this, there'll be a new weapon camo that can drop from this new boss, the Curio Dragon Slayer. There'll be a few more things for the Stia region, such as Ronaldine having a new looping task, Stia Urgents getting trigger versions, which you can get from Alliance badges, kind of exchanging for those, as well as new mini episodes for Chapter 4 to get some more background with the characters from that region. There's even more than that though. You'll be able to limit break 7 and 8 stars plus 60 finally, and it'll require Arms Refiner 1s as well as new Arms Refiner 2s. These Arms Refiner 2s are obtainable in that new combat area, the Nusen Plant. But with these, for 7 stars, you'll need 4 Arms Refiner 1s and 2 2s, and then for the 8 stars, you'll need 8 Arms Refiner 1s and 4 of those 2s. So with this, it should be a massive increase in damage, but they did not mention potential level 5 for the 7 and 8 stars, so we might be stuck at level 4 still in terms of that. There was then something though that I did not expect them to do is a Geometric Labyrinth revamp. So they're going to be updating the Geometric Labyrinth to be easier to play. So there's going to be matchmaking, the settings are going to be changed to where you can have buffs instead of just all like negatives against you, as well as if you die, you'll have a 30-second timer, and then you can be exited out of the mission instead of waiting the full like 40 minutes. And also when you complete certain side missions, you'll get boosts throughout the quest to do more damage or have like more benefits. All of this is being done in preparation for a rank 2 version of this Geometric Labyrinth, so it seems like they're going to be coming back to this time and again, but they did not mention that the rewards would be changing within the quest itself, so just keep that in mind. Other quality of life features, Aleo Alpha reactors will now be in central Aleo only, kind of relocated into groups around the area to be collected more easily. There will also be a wanted list of up to 50 items, which you can put into there to easily search in the personal shop for later. And then for emotes now, you'll be able to preview emote variations if the emote has any. And then for accessories within the salon, it'll show coordinate info for exact positioning and exact sizes. So very nice there. And then for motions, you'll be able to change them outside of the salon, so you don't have to keep going back and forth if you just want to change like 1 or 2 things. And for music discs, you can finally check whether or not you have them registered to the ship that you are on. And then for the stat information, there's a couple of things. You can check how much boost that you have for earned XP, Meseta, and rare drop rate now, all together in a single total. And then you can check your damage adjustment or your variance, as well as your damage resistance on your stat information page. All around, these are some great improvements, but also on the 25th, there will be a couple AC scratch tickets, one of them being Cosmic Convict. This is a whole bunch of layered wear featuring prison garb with a hint of sci-fi added in. But there will also be a revival AC from base PSO2 called Sweet Memories, which includes a whole bunch of Valentine's like outfits and accessories. But then for the last thing before we get into the roadmap, SEGA will be changing how blocks work within the game. Essentially, blocks will be added or removed based on player congestion in different regions automatically. This, they hope, will improve the issue of players finding it hard to have spontaneous encounters with others in the open world. So there'll be more full blocks than a whole bunch of blocks with like little to no players. Now though, we finally move into the roadmap for the first half of 2023. February starts strong with a colossal boss Urgent Quest, which, like most of you guessed, is the next fight against Dark Falz. This fight will be held at Halfia Lake with an upgraded Dark Falz. This time, he has a whole new moveset to try to stop us, including missiles, lasers, and more. They gave this boss a new name too, now going by Dark Falz Aegis. We should be seeing this soon into February. But also during that month, we'll see 2 types of limited time quests, special versions of enemies and exploration sectors, as well as a new collab scratch ticket. This time for the collaboration, it will be with NIJISANJI. So this is very much like the Hololive one that we had in the past, where it involves a whole bunch of VTubers from an organization. They'll be releasing a whole bunch of outfits, hairstyles, etc. with these different characters. Kaida Haru, Hakase Fuyuki, Oshikawa Sara, and Shu Yamano. And there will also be life-size cutouts in-game to take screenshots with if you want to do so. But back to the roadmap, there isn't a whole lot in March, but it'll involve a seasonal event, Spring 23, 2 types of limited time event quests, and that new rank that was mentioned about the Geometric Labyrinth. And then for April and May, we're finally getting that new class that deals with the Gunblade weapon. Not sure if this is going to be exactly like Luster. They might pull another thing like the Waker Summoner situation. But then also during that time, there's the 2nd anniversary events. There's going to be 2 types of boss rush quests, as well as a 2nd anniversary urgent quests. But also during this time, probably near the tail end, is Chapter 5 of the story. They didn't really say what Chapter 5 would include, but I imagine it's just like a smaller thing, maybe dealing with the floating island, or maybe even somewhere else. But it should be the conclusion of Episode 1, because into June, we go into an NGS Ultra Evolution update. So with this, it's going to be a major update, but they said it's going to be in a different format than what they've done in the past, where they've just been releasing region after region. So something pretty crazy there, but in this update, there will be creative spaces, a level cap raised to 75, and additional class skills. So it looks like there's some exciting major updates to look forward to in this first half of 2023. The only exception being in March might be kind of like an M month, but maybe that new rank of Geo Lab could be good. I don't know. Now let's move into the final section here, talking about all of the campaigns that will be happening at the end of December, as well as the rest of January. So in the beginning here, 10 a day free SG scratch that deals with that Health Arcs revival thing that I mentioned in the beginning. There will be pre-announced urgent quests with some campaign boosts, and then ring out the old, ring in the new first boost event. All this happening on the 28th or tomorrow, and this will be very nice to get a whole bunch of rare items or even fixes. But later on the 4th, there'll be even more pre-announced urgent quests with double drops of augment capsules. So very nice there. And then ring out the old, ring in the new second boost event, where it's going to boost the enhancement success rate on weapons by 40%, as well as augmentation success rate by 5%. For all weapons and armor. So this is a great time to upgrade. And also during the 4th, there'll be 5 a day special scratch ticket giveaways. So every day during that week, you can get 5 special scratch tickets. Also starting tomorrow will be an AC points purchase boost campaign, where they'll award matching AC up to 20,000 AC for a total of 200 people. And then they'll be chosen at random from among players who have purchased at least 10,000 AC during the campaign period. And then they'll match different percentages based on what kind of winner you end up being. Then there will be a campaign on the 11th where you spend this AC and get some extra items such as emotes, a stamp, accessory, and even some outfits. Then on the 25th, you can buy some comics, the digital collection of Central, the official comic of PSO2 NGS. And with this, you'll get some stamps, idols, and even accessory pins. And this will cost $10 US. It'll be available for some time. But also on the 25th, there'll be the PSO2 Kami collection that you can buy for $17 US. And with this, you can get some manga memories to exchange for more cosmetics. And then there is one final reminder for the Sympathy 2023 commemorative concert that's happening in Tokyo. We can either go in person or buy a streaming ticket to get some bonus items in game. But then they also announced that there will be Satomi Sato as the navigator for this Sympathy 2023, which is the Matoi voice actor. That is it for this headline. The next one will be happening January 31st. We'll be getting more info on the update coming in February 23, and maybe even more about the creative spaces. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this recap, and I'll see you in the next NGS video. Peace.